Thinking about her grandma. And then she told me that on the Saturday prior, that her mother and father had put down their family dog that was in the house before she was. And she said that sometimes she felt like she had all this weight on her shoulders and life would be easier for everyone else if she just wasn't here. At the point where you're 14 years old and you feel like life is too much, I guess we've all been there. We just feel like it's too much weight. But one thing I told her that was told to me by our First Lady years and years ago: if you never go through anything, then you don't have a test, which means you can't have a testimony. And I told her that, and I said, you know, I found that the people who have been broken the hardest are the ones that God's going to use the most. I said, you know, I don't know your religious affiliation. I don't know if you go to church at all. But if you don't, I can tell you somewhere to go. You can come check us out. And I said, trust me, there's plenty of people that are doing great things right now that have been broken. And when I went home and I was talking to my wife about this, and I was remembering, I know there's probably a vast majority of people here that have been to New York City. In New York City, the first time I went, my wife wanted to show me St. Patrick's Cathedral on 5th Avenue. And we went, and it's beautiful, that's for sure. And behind the altar is a sculpture of Jesus. And he was, I believe, 8 or 9 years old in this depiction. And Jesus is looking up to heaven and holding the globe in his hand. And he's holding it, and it really symbolizes, I give you everything. I'm giving God my all. And at that point, when you've made that decision, you can give everything to God, turn it over. Life's going to be easy, because directly across the road on 5th Avenue in New York City from St. Patrick's Cathedral is a building called the RCA building. In the RCA building, there's all kinds of different companies located in that building, but as you walk into the main lobby, there's a statue of Atlas, and I'm sure you guys have seen this on TV. The real muscular guy referred to as a Greek god and holding the earth on his shoulders. And you can see in the statue, every muscle in his body is just screaming. Because he's holding the weight of the world. Because he has chosen not to do like that little boy across the road and give it all up. When we make that decision, we decide, you know what? Not only do I want to be saved, not only do I want to go to church, but I want to give it to you, God. I want to give you everything. Our life can get easier, and we stop saying silly stuff like we want to end our lives and start saying positive things like, use me up, God. This week, I want y'all to remember that little girl when you start going through stuff. And then remember the little boy in New York City that's giving God his world. That's what we got to do.